Got it. Got it. It's not cold, so it should help me. It's like borderlining room temperature, so it should help. You came early. I had literally just started. I haven't said a word yet. So you came right on time, Chinese Nuna. No catching up today. I knew I was gonna do a live stream, but I just didn't know when. When today. I decided to do it now. Let me just see if I fix this light just a little bit. Right there. I think that should be okay. He won an award. I haven't seen the MV yet because I was going to do a reaction, but I can't, like, I have to screen capture the whole thing, and screen capture does not work well. It really doesn't. I don't like it. Plus the sound quality's not good. So I'm working on finding a way to fix that. And until then, I just can't do any live streams until that's resolved. But it'll get resolved at some point, and I'll return back to doing reaction videos. But for the time being, I'm just gonna, chill, because there's nothing I can do. Oh, I realize now why it's not showing up the way I want. I just realized. Let me see if I can brighten it up. There we go. There we go. Now I can see why. Okay, cool. All right, that's much better. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Yeah, I have a few ideas as to how I'm gonna fix that. So I wanted to kind of go over with you guys. Excuse the mess over here, by the way. My desk needs like proper cleaning, like underneath. So sorry about that. But yeah, I wanted to go over like the video that I did last week, because by the way, for the person who, and I don't even know if you're going to be watching this live, but for the person who alerted me that I accidentally spelled New Jeans on the on the title of the video, thank you. Because first of all, it was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. My brain was not even fully functioning properly, and I'm typing all this stuff in, and because I was like, I got to get this thing done by tonight, which tonight turned into like the next morning. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning maybe when I finished. So I typed in, instead of New Jeans, I typed in Jew Jeans. Did not mean to type in Jew Jeans. Someone had made a comment saying, I'm not anti-Semitic, but this is just disrespect, something like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't know that I had typed in Jew Jeans instead of New Jeans in the title. So somebody else had commented and said, yeah, you misspelled New Jeans. And I was like, huh? So I looked at it and I was like, oh shit. And because the Israel-Palestine thing's going on, typing something like Jew Jeans is gonna be like very sensitive. So I didn't mean to do that. I fixed it, thankfully, so that no problems there had occurred. But I did not know what they were talking about, anti-Semitic. I was like, what are you talking about? This has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. But yeah, it was because I typed in Jew jeans, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, thank you for helping me fix that, because I did not see it. I did not see it. And who knows when I would have saw it. It would have been too late. So, yeah, there's that. Don't work too. Oh, good afternoon. I'm at work, but wanted to say hey to you guys. Hey, Cheryl. Hopefully you'll have a good day at work. And yeah, don't work too hard. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about the video mainly. Thank you guys to everyone who commented, by the way. And more importantly, thank you to everyone who had civil discourse respectfully in the comments. There was a few people, mainly like one person in particular that I did see that was like, y'all know how I am. I don't mind people giving their opinions. I don't mind people, you know, saying what they believe about a situation and this, that, and the other. I don't mind that at all. What I do mind is respect. And I want people to respect each other, not attack each other personally, but just attack the arguments presented. So that's what I wanted. But when you call people out of their names, when you know, because that's usually what happens when you're upset because somebody has a different opinion than you. You start calling them out of their names. Oh, by the way, let me know if the music's too loud. I'll turn it down. But yeah, you start calling people out of their names. You start being disrespectful and stuff like that in the comments. And this one particular person, who, funny enough, deleted the entire message because I jumped in because they called somebody dummy. And I basically told them, you know, we're not doing that here. I'm cracking down on that stuff, like, for real. As the channel gets bigger, I gotta crack down on this more. I've always said this, but I'm gonna have to say it a little bit more. I don't tolerate people being disrespectful. I don't tolerate people being rude. I don't tolerate people calling each other out of their names. We can have civil discourse without doing that. It is possible to disagree and still have conversation, you know, without calling each other out of you know, each other's names. So but the argument that they were presenting was, because people were saying, well, you know, the argument about employee B who basically, I think, left a door and filed like 2 lawsuits against Min Hee Jin. So the argument was that people were saying, well, yeah, you know, employee B was, it's actually kind of loud for me. Just let me take care of that. There we go. Employee B was basically saying, well, you know, sorry, not employee B. People were advocating for employee B, saying that employee B, you know, put out a statement or whatever. And then the person said, well, even if you put out a statement, that doesn't mean that, like, they didn't go to the police. So if they don't go to the police, then it's not really taken seriously. You know, I think they live in South Korea, and then that's why they were, like, very adamant about this. But they were saying that, you know, in South Korea, SH, y'all know what I mean by that, it's taken very seriously in South Korea, as if it's not taken seriously in America too. But okay, I guess that's a culture thing as well, that it's taken more seriously in South Korea than in America. I don't even want to go there. But they were saying that, yeah, we in South Korea, like, SH is taken very seriously, and so you know, if she didn't report it, if she didn't report it to the police, then that means it's not serious. And she's always causing trouble. Chinese Nuna, she's always causing trouble. She's always causing trouble. There's never a day where she doesn't. I mean, I haven't even gotten into the whole speech that she gave at the Hyundai, I think it was the Hyundai event that they had, where she was actually invited to speak about being being in the industry and being a successful, I guess, creator in music and things like that. But yeah, I might end up doing a video about that. I might. We'll see. But the person was basically saying that, well, that doesn't matter if she put out a statement, because if she didn't report it to police, then it's not serious, and she's probably lying. And then she says that there's a history of, you know, women taking advantage of men in South Korea. Same thing happens here too. The Me Too movement, women take advantage of men and misuse and basically abuse that movement for the sake of getting money out of very prominent men who didn't do anything to them. So it's like it's not anything different from what we're dealing with here. Really, it's not. But she was basically saying that this woman was lying because she didn't go to the police. So I didn't jump in immediately. I was kind of monitoring the conversation. But did you look into the Bam Bam situation? I actually didn't even have the time to look into the Bam Bam situation, but I'm still like, I'm gonna look into the Bam Bam situation. She, you know, the conversation was going on, and I monitored it, but then there was a point in time where there was some name calling started happening, and I think because she was acting very snarky, annoyed, kind of frustrated, I guess, because people didn't agree with her, and so she kind of started getting an attitude with some of the people she was talking to, which led somebody to return that attitude back to her and called her Einstein. I mean, Einstein's not really that big of a deal. It isn't, you know, you are calling somebody out of their name, but it's Einstein's Einstein. She returns and makes her statement, and then at the end calls the person who called her Einstein dummy. And I was like, all right. So I jumped in and said, hey, let's not do any name calling. Let's not, you know, call people out of names. It's going to derail the conversation. It's going to cause a bloodbath in my comment section. I don't want that. I want us to have civil discourse. Let's just do that. And then I said, but if I may jump in, aren't we talking about the employee B who filed 2 lawsuits? Because if that's the case, because you're saying that the police, if she didn't go to the police, then it's not serious. But if you file lawsuits, first of all, in order to file a lawsuit, you have to go to law enforcement of some kind. You have to go to someone in the justice system, right? Lawyers. So the lawyers that she talked to are part of law enforcement. And I'm sure that even if she didn't immediately file a police report or make a police report, wouldn't the lawyers tell her or advise her to do that? So maybe she did, and you're just like, it didn't come out because the lawyers are handling it. Like, maybe that's what's going on. Now, obviously, I didn't say all of this to the person, but I was basically trying to say that it's kind of weird to say that if she didn't go to the police and it's not something serious, when if you file a lawsuit, that means that you went to law enforcement of some kind in the justice system. You can't file a lawsuit without doing that. She pushed back, basically said, yeah, but she didn't go to the police, blah, 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 blah. She said the same thing. And then she said, and I'm paraphrasing because she deleted the conversation. I'm saying it's a she because I do feel like half the time I'm talking to women, and the comments that she was making was so full of emotion that I had no, I knew within my gut that it was a woman I was talking to. Not anything against women, but I kind of, you get that feeling when you're talking to a woman as opposed to when you're talking to a guy. But it is what it is. So I basically said to her that, well, no, sorry. Before I said anything, I'm paraphrasing. She said something like, I don't know, I'm getting tired, or I'm really tired of repeating myself and explaining this stuff to people who are blah blah blah, and stuff like that. Like, she was like really annoyed that she had to repeat herself, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, okay. And I think she even claimed that I was like kind of advocating for Hyde. This is why I said I don't advocate for Hyde, because no one can use that against me when I'm talking about Min Hee Jin. Oh, he's just spouting Hyde stuff. That's what Hyde wants you to do. He's using YouTubers. They're using the press, the media, and YouTubers to kind of like paint this picture of Min Hee Jin. That's not what's happening. We looked into the matter and we're seeing things that don't make sense on her side, and we're calling it out. That's what's happening. Nobody's trying to like tell us to do this. We're not paid by Hyde to say any of this stuff. I didn't get to where I got to on my YouTube channel because of Hyde. They didn't call me and contact me and tell me to advocate for them and, drag Min Hee Jin's name through the mud. No one called me from Hyde's department and told me to do that. So I was like, okay. I said basically to this person that, I disagree with. Yeah, she said something like, I forgot about this part. This is actually one of the big parts. She said that I'm spouting, and people like me are spouting, social justice warrior stuff because they're trying to defend a company. And I was like, oh, no. I said, no, I disagree with you. I said the real social justice warriors are the ones that are advocating for Min Hee Jin because they see in her something that relates to them as a person, right? She swears a lot, she does all this stuff. She's trying to pretend like she's being herself. They all of this stuff is a tactic used to draw normal people in, like normal civilian people that have nothing to do with the industry, in and basically get them on her side. So you feel a sense of duty to advocate for Min Hee Jin because that's how she presents herself. And not only do you, advocate for her, because that's what social justice is. It's, I need to defend the person that's being oppressed. The company's not being oppressed. Apparently the narrative is that Min Hee Jin's being oppressed by the big bad patriarchal company full of evil, tyrannical men. And so so she's kind of like not understanding that social justice warriors go to bat for the little guy, not the big guy. So it's not a social justice issue there. It's more so people like her are doing that. And then I said that not only do they, defend the person that's trying to portray themselves as the lesser person, but they also insult people who disagree with them, much like what you did, basically calling that person a dummy. So I said I disagree with you there, and then I went on to say, and I can't remember everything I said, so I'm paraphrasing. I said that I'm about to get to your question in just a minute, Chinese Noon. I saw it as soon as it popped up. But I basically said that, that's beside the point. What the issue really is now is that I asked you a question, because I did ask her, quite a number of questions as to, doesn't, like, if you go to law enforcement, as far as like the lawyers are concerned, doesn't that mean that it should still be taken seriously? The statements that she put out have to do with the 2 lawsuits that she, filed against Min Hee Jin, and all because of the SA stuff that Min Hee Jin was trying to conceal. So she didn't put out a statement and then that's it. It was a statement that was made in light of the 2 lawsuits and all this other stuff that's going on. She didn't answer any of the questions I asked her, and I can't remember off the top of my head what questions I asked, because like I said, I didn't screen record, I didn't screenshot any of this stuff because I didn't think she was going to delete the whole thing. So I guess she got so, I guess, so tired of it, she just deleted the whole thing. Because when you delete something on YouTube, like as far as comments, you don't just delete your comments, you delete all of the subsequent comments that have to do with what you said. So all of that stuff's gone. So paraphrasing, I was basically saying, you know, I asked you a question and you didn't really answer it. You just kind of answered the same question that you've answered for everybody else, and then went on to like say that, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so very tired of explaining this. I said, well, if you're so tired of explaining it, then by all means, you don't have to answer anything anymore. Like, don't talk about it then. If you're so tired of explaining it. I said, you know, you don't have to be all touchy about this situation. I understand that you're here to advocate for Mini Jin. That's fine. But if you don't really feel like talking about this and you're getting upset over all of this stuff, you know, maybe you should just leave it alone. Because that's kind of how YouTube works. But resorting to name calling is not how you should handle this situation at all. So I said some other stuff, and she was like, you know what, okay, bye, like I've had enough. Because my whole purpose was to shut whatever was going on there down, because she was out of pocket, calling people out of their name, calling somebody out of their name and all that stuff, and I didn't want none of that. Because another reason why I don't want name calling in my comment section, which is this is very obvious. Obviously, when people come in, new people, and they want to say something in a comment section, and I've seen this before in other YouTube channels, it will discourage them from even wanting to say anything in a comment section, and they'll so much as make a comment saying, yeah, this is not a really good environment for me to be in, I'm gonna dip out. I don't want people to come in my comment section and say that. I want people to come in my comment section and say, wow, people are having civil discourse and not like disrespecting each other. They just have difference of opinion and they disagree on these things, and they're attacking the argument, not the people that are making the argument. I think this is a cool environment for me to just, you know, say what I want, say what I feel, and not be, you know, called or labeled something. And that's what I want. I want people to come into the comment section feeling comfortable to state what they feel or what their opinion is, and, you know, all that other stuff. I don't want them to come in the comment section and see a bunch of fighting and name calling and cussing at each other and all this other mess. Because, like, that would discourage anybody with common sense from talking about anything that they want to talk about. So that's why I don't want that kind of stuff in the comment section. I want people to feel like this is an environment they can actually talk and have a good time, and or have a good argument, a good place to like feel safe enough to actually have an argument without being attacked. So that's why I don't want all that stuff in the comment section. But either way, I squashed that. I killed it with a skillet, and then, you know, went about my day. And then I woke up the next day to find out that all of the conversations about that was gone. Like, they got rid of it. It's all gone now. So you can't see it at all. I'm proud of myself because I didn't, like, you know, I didn't go to her level and, like, matched her on the immaturity thing, because I can get ratchet, but I chose not to do that because I have a responsibility to make sure that everybody is okay in the comment section. So I basically kind of gave her a dressing down, if you will, and that was that. But yeah, if anybody calls anybody any names in the chat and I don't see it, or in the comment section, and I don't see it, let me know. Like, show me so I can deal with it. I won't kick you right away. I won't delete the comments right away. I'll give you a warning, and then after the warning, if you still do it, then yeah, zero tolerance, exactly. Because I'm gonna be cracking down on that a lot. I don't want that. I don't want that in my comment section. I don't. I want people to respect each other. Stop calling people istophobes. Stop calling people out of their names. You're, using the R. Rhymes with leotard. Y'all, you know what? I don't know what's going on with me stuttering and blah, 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 and all this stuff lately. But, I don't know what's going on there. I've been doing it a lot in live streams, and I don't understand. But then again, when I was a kid, I had speech problems, so I think some of that's still there. I've improved quite a bit, but I still got a little bit of speech problem. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. The Jew jeans thing, I'm glad that I fixed that, because that was so, I was like, oh my god, I didn't know I wrote Jew jeans on here. Thought I wrote new jeans. Because I think the J, the J is like right above the N on the, on the, on the y'all know what I'm talking about. Alright, so that's that. Let me read your comment, Chinese. I know you asked me a question. Yeah, that doesn't belong here. Those who show disrespect need to be gone. Yes, exactly. In her dreams, she's not that good. Oh, in her dream, she's not that good. Did you look into Bam Bam? Yes. If she went to a lawyer first, then they handle everything, including talk to the police. Yeah, exactly. And I think she was kind of missing that point. I brought it up. Unless she's trying to say that Korean law enforcement works a different way than in any other part of the world, which, I mean, granted, that is true in some cases, because like law enforcement don't always advocate for things the proper way of, how things should be done. But in America, or in the West in general, and in Korea, it's pretty much, if you go to law enforcement or you file a lawsuit, that means that you went to lawyers. Lawyers are taking care of the police report and all that stuff, because they're getting the information from you and giving it to the police, right? So I don't know where she got this whole idea that, well, even if she filed 2 lawsuits against Min Hee-jin, she didn't go to the police. She didn't go to the police, so it's not serious. You filed freaking lawsuits. That's serious. I don't understand. It's all a part of law enforcement. What are we arguing about here? And this is somebody who I think claimed that they lived in South Korea. So I'm like, if you live there, why would you say something like this? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Speaking of hype, did you see the V? Oh, sorry. Did you see that V of BTS is suing a YouTuber? No. No, I did not. No, I did not. Drink water. Are you commanding me again? Water doesn't help with my stuttering. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about on the side with that one. But like the video itself, I hope you guys understood it. I know a lot of people in the comments were, there was mixed opinions, mixed views, but that's to be expected. So all opinions and mixed views are welcome. I read a lot of what people were saying. I know somebody had like basically put it in caps, like Min Hee-jin is, I can't remember what she said. Min Hee-jin is innocent and they should, I hope they win. I hope New Jeans and Min Hee-jin wins the lawsuit. I hope they win. And I was like, okay. right? But hey, people are rooting for who they're rooting for, and I don't think anybody should be shamed or called stupid or dummy or, you know, anything like that for rooting for who they're rooting for. Someone had asked me a while back, why don't you advocate for, you know, Hybe? Because Hybe is like it's a success story and, you know, all this stuff. And I was like, I'm just not a company person. But another reason is because people who see this, like videos like what I put out last week and subsequent videos taking Hybe's, I guess, side, so to speak, will accuse people like me of advocating for Hybe or being a Hybe shill or whatever the case. And I'm not. I'm really not. I just looked at it and said, oh wow. I didn't even look at the news. I looked at a timeline. It's not even an article. It's more like it's on some website, and I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I have it somewhere saved in the backlog of this thing. But it's a timeline going over everything that happened. Unbiased timeline. Just telling you what happened. I looked at that timeline alone and I was like, okay, this is dangerous. She's wrong. She's wrong. It's not about advocating for Hybe or anything. So, you know, no one's paying me to talk about this stuff. Plus, I'd never accept money from Hybe even if they offered to pay me for this. Because then you've bought my voice, and my voice is not for sale. If I sell my voice, I sell my channel. I'm not selling my voice or my channel. It's not for sale. Sorry. I lose the ability to be free to speak against Hybe when Hybe does something wrong because Hybe pays me. So, sorry. Not gonna take no money from no company. Somebody thought I was being paid by Minhee Jin at one point. I was like, how? I'm saying how much I don't think she's in the right here. Why would she pay me? That would be a wasted investment. Anyway, yeah, V watches different YouTubers online, and of them, a Korean YouTuber was sharing vids that V saw, so he decided to sue them. Oh, yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful when it comes to doing stuff like that. Definitely gotta be careful. Because you don't... Which, you know what? And it's funny because, like, Hybe's not gonna sue them, but BTS will. So that's, you know, good for V. But yes, YouTubers need to be careful. Don't just be, like, putting stuff out. Because even the media will catch wind of a YouTuber spouting something that's not true, and then they'll take it as a headline, and you could end up ruining somebody's life or career because of that. That's what happened with the Lee Sung-kyun situation. A YouTuber said something about Lee Sung-kyun that actually wasn't true, and the police and law enforcement kind of did that investigation because of that, because they listened to some daggone YouTuber. And that's not what I'm at all would ever try to do, is like, here's information that I just got from a reliable source saying that this is going on. I report on the news as presented. I don't like give my own, like, I don't do that. That's, because that's not my area of expertise, right? And listen, you know, it does suck because, like, you've got K-pop publications, websites like All K-pop, Soompi, I can't remember the other ones. What they're called, pop something. But a lot of these, just about all of them, are like biased for or against a particular party. All of them have like a motive and a hidden agenda, or maybe a blatant agenda. And you have to deal with it when you're like looking at this stuff, because people are like, why are you using the media stuff to talk about this? It's all corrupted. The media's corrupted, and I agree, it is. But that's where the information comes from. I only use it because it's the only source of information. Korea Boo, yep, Korea Boo. It's the only source of information that we have on this stuff. I've said this many times, if someone can find an unbiased news media, because I've looked and looked and looked, I have not found not one unbiased media outlet, not one. So if anyone can find an unbiased media outlet, I would love to know, so that I could use that one instead. I'd love to, but there's no such thing as one. So, and it's funny because I was watching Korean Pizza Club, the live stream that David was doing, and he basically said the same thing. Like, he said, like, I think he was using all K-pop or something like that, and he was like, listen, I know people are going to be upset because I'm using all K-pop, but this is, like, there's really nothing I can do about it. There's no other because then even if I used someone who was being unbiased on TikTok, where did they get their information from? People are going to ask them the same question. Oh, where'd you get your information from, Moonlight? Oh, I got it from somebody on TikTok who I deemed to be reliable. Well, where'd they get it from? I don't know, probably the same place I got it from. All K-pop, Soompi, all these other, things. So it's like, you can't really win there. You just have to look at the news and be as unbiased as you can be. Because I can read and point out bias when I see it. Journalists, mainstream journalists, they're the most unbiased. They're the most biased people. Is mainstream journalists. People that are not mainstream journalists, I trust them more because they left the mainstream media for a reason. They left it for a reason. Because they're not honest, they're not truthful, they just want headlines that sell, that pop. And all of these media outlets are competing against each other to see who can come out with the best juicy article first. And that's one of the reasons why the media is so freaking corrupt now. In the West, in Korea, it doesn't matter. Like, all the media is corrupt. Even in the US, it's corrupt. So, yeah. But there's a lot. Oh yeah, by the way, Chinese Nuna, I am gonna get to the, what was it? What's that man name? Eddie from Ensign. I am gonna talk about that again. I think I said this last time, but I'm saying it again because the video that I'm working on now is another explaining my position on, like, Minhee-jin and the girl's relationship and how, like, what are the parents doing, why are the parents not involved, and that sort of thing. So that's kind of where I'm going with this one. Basically just talking about, I guess you could say it's like a part 2 to the one that I already made, but I'm trying to, like, give a little more insight into why I feel the way I feel about this whole thing, and that mainly my priority in talking about this is the girls. I really care about the girls a lot. I don't want the girls to be affected by this. Yes, I did say this in the video, and I'm going to say this here. I do believe that they should apologize for, like, own up to what you've done, but in order for them to do that, well, if they do that, I'll put it this way. If they do that, they're going against Minhee-jin. And if Minhee-jin's not going to apologize, they're probably not going to feel like they should apologize either. So it's like, should they apologize? Should they own up for, like, misleading people and saying all this stuff that's, maybe, yeah. In the video, I am also talking about just a little bit, the whole sticker situation where they put stickers all over the high building and stuff. I don't talk about it in depth because there's like there's two different stories about this. There's two different stories, and none of the stories agree as to who's involved. I think one story says that they went to ESPA to do like TikToks at like the SM building, film some TikToks or whatever, and that I hear Mama Moonlight on the other side of the door. But yeah, sorry, I didn't even know she was coming home that early. Wow, is it? Oh, it's 2:00. Hey. So, yeah, there's where was I? Oh yeah, there's two different stories. One story is like that they went to ESPA to film TikToks at the SM building, and one of the ESPA members or two of the ESPA members gave them stickers, and two of the members of New Jeans put I definitely will, Chinese Nuna, I definitely will. And then I guess two of the New Jeans members put the stickers all over the place. And I said in the video that I'm working on now, if the timeline is correct, or if my recollection of the timeline is correct, they claim that it was mistreatment that Bong Shi-hyuk didn't bow to them. But if the timeline is correct, in my mind, the sticker incident happened before the bowing thing, or the not bowing thing. If you put stickers all over my building, and you deface my property, what makes you think I'm going to bow to you and greet you properly when you disrespect the space that I've given you as the head of a company? So if the timeline is right there, yeah, I can definitely understand why Bong Shi-hyuk didn't bow to these girls, and they're like trying to use this as a weapon against Bong Shi-hyuk. Like I said, I'm not advocating for these people. I'm just saying that I can see where there's some issues, and the mistreatment. Like I said, that mistreatment thing, I'm like getting closer to the realization that maybe we shouldn't really take their statement about mistreatment that seriously, because what Omega X went through, that was mistreatment. That was actually, mistreatment is not even a word that could justify what they went through. That was beyond mistreatment. That was sexual misconduct that the manager, or whoever that was trying to get them to do stuff with her and do stuff for her and stuff like that, and basically threaten them and say, hey, this is the last chance you're going to have as an idol, so you either do what I say, or this is the end of the road for you. That's real mistreatment. That's real stuff going on. So I haven't heard anything like, and again, like, if you remember on the live stream, New Jeans basically threatened Hybe and said, we have stuff that we're going to present. Maybe they're going to present it in a lawsuit or something like that. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. But they claim they have evidence of mistreatment. If the example of mistreatment is the same example as, like, he didn't bow to me, he didn't bow to the group, or this manager from a whole nother label that's a part of Hybe said, ignore me. Mind you, again, there's legal battles going on between, I think it's Belif Lab and Minhee Jin and Adore and all that. No, of course she's gonna say don't pay any mind to her, ignore her, because why would you want to communicate or interact with someone who is a part of, like, the legal battles going on between the two? That is, of course, assuming that the girls who were greeting New Jeans were Islet, and that the manager was Islet's manager. That's assuming. So I don't know if that's the case for sure, but that's a possibility that it was, in fact, because New Jeans didn't say who the manager was. I'm wondering why they didn't say who the manager was. I'm wondering why they didn't say who the group was that passed by them. Or Hani, in Hani's case. So, you know, it's just not enough to go on. Either way, to be honest. So, yeah, there's just a lot going on. This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to talk about this stuff no more. Because there's just so many moving parts that you just don't, you know, it's just too much. And then it's easier to talk about Min Hee Jin than to talk about like the girls, because I still view the girls as like being manipulated in some way by this, because and there was a person that is a YouTuber who also brought up that, you know, they don't believe that it was manipulation or that they were influenced in any way by Min Hee Jin. It's because of how young they are, he said. I'm paraphrasing. It's because of how young they are and how attached they are to her because of their youth. They gravitate towards the parental figure that they see in Min Hee Jin. And it's also, he said, it's also a bit of like being naive. But I feel like the naiveness was exploited. That's me. I feel like their naiveness, I don't even know if that's a word. Them being naive was exploited. Them being young and impressionable was exploited by Min Hee Jin to kind of manipulate, you know, them to doing what she wants them to do. Influence, to say that there's no influence at all, I don't know about that, because like they love Min Hee Jin. They love Min Hee Jin. So to say that there's no influence there, oh, there's influence. You just have to determine whether the influence is negative or positive. And you have to look at everything Min Hee Jin has done in her character to come to the conclusion of, I don't think that this is a good thing for the girls. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because, you know, she's not a very good role model. When it comes to like holding them accountable and all this stuff, what's with the Stockholm syndrome? Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that there's like a Stockholm syndrome kind of deal with New Jeans. It really, and it might be. It might be. It definitely feels like it to me. It definitely feels like it to me. And yeah, it's serious. A lot of, like I said, the whole like they need to apologize, they need to be responsible, they need to be accountable for their actions. I agree with it because they are old enough to understand that, you know, right from wrong. I'm not trying to take that away from them, and I agree with people who are saying this. However, the source of their misbehavior is also responsible. And if they don't see her in a negative light, they're not going to view what they've done in a negative way. It's like if a child steals candy from a store, and this analogy is gonna be used on my video. I'm just kind of giving y'all a glimpse of where my mind is right now. If a child steals candy from a candy store, whether the parent was there or not, and they get caught, right, and they get in trouble, that's bad. Like, especially if the parents or whatever did not teach their children that it's okay to steal. But this feels like Min Hee Jin told them it's okay to steal. And if you steal, I got your back. Because I'm mom. I steal all the time. So if I'm going to teach you how to steal and not get caught. And then so they go to the store and steal. And then they, you know, get caught. And they're like, why are you stealing? Oh, because my mom told me to. She told me to steal, and she also taught me how. And she said that if I get caught, she's got my back. She's a really good mom. That's kind of how it feels to me. So, the people want to, new jeans need to be held accountable. Okay, well, guess what? Min Jin also needs to be held accountable. You can't separate them and say that, well, they were influenced, but they're still like 100% responsible. Because they're grown. Like, again, they're grown physically. They're grown physically, not here. Because everything they've done is a childish move. Putting stickers all over the high building, no one. That's childish. You can't tell me that grown, mature, like fully mentally mature adults would put stickers all over the high building. No. Only childish people who feel like they can actually get away with it would do that. And I don't recall Min Hee-jin saying that she reprimanded them. I don't recall her saying, I could be wrong, maybe she did. I don't recall her saying that. And even if she did say it, she's kind of proven untrustworthy. How can I really trust anything that woman says? Did she scold them? I don't know. It's that stuff that stuff we'll never know. Because we're not there. I'm not there in Min Hee-jin and Eugene's space 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't know what goes on off camera, off set. I have no clue. So all we can do is look at it and draw, some kind of conclusions or speculate as to what's going on based on the stuff that's already been put out there. Olive B, hello. Welcome. Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, it does feel like Stockholm syndrome. Min Hee-jin will never apologize for the trouble she's caused. No, of course, because she doesn't think she's wrong. She doesn't think she's wrong, Chinese Duna. And if she doesn't think she's wrong, and she's leading the girls by example, they're not going to feel like they're wrong either. You can say they're grown all they want, but they have acted like they're not, because they're not here. Mind you, the youngest member is still 16. She ain't grown yet. By Korean law, as far as like being tried as an adult, she is old enough to be tried as an adult. But people are misusing that to say that they're all grown adults that can, that are held responsible and held accountable for what they do and what they say. Yeah, well, don't forget that there are stages of puberty that are still at effect, that have not reached their peak level of maturity and fullness in these girls' lives. So while you're looking at them appearance-wise and saying, these girls are grown, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because they're still immature. And they've proven it time and time again. And you can't just sit there and ignore the immaturity. You can't. It's like right there for you to see. I'm so over New Jeans. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them. I really do. I feel bad for them. They did not ask for this. They didn't ask for this. Now, people are saying now that, well, at this point, they're kind of stepping in on their own. But I just feel like they're not really stepping in on their own. I feel like Min Hee-jin is still manipulating the steps they're taking. I really do. I feel like she's manipulating even the decision they made to make the live stream. Assuming that they didn't make the live stream on their own. Because people are under the assumption that they did this all on their own. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. Who's behind the camera? Who's behind the camera? Who decided that it was time for them to speak? You know how long they sat there and waited before they spoke? Who gave them the 3, 2, 1 and action cue to start talking? Who's behind the camera? Could have been a Min Hee-jin goon. Who knows? I'm not that's just, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Don't spread misinformation. I'm just saying. We don't know if they were alone in their act or if they were in cahoots with someone in maybe Minheejin's camp. Don't know. Don't know. Can't trust what New Jeans is saying because they're being led by the example that Minheejin set. Every student has a teacher, and every act that the student makes is a direct result of the teachings of the mentor. So, I mean, God, they still view her as Depunim. She's not. And so it's just, it's a closeness that's a bit too close. It's too close. Like them calling her and comforting her as if they're her therapists or whatever. I don't like that idea. And I don't even know if I can believe that they actually contacted her like that. What if she contacted them and she's like lying about it? What if she contacted them and started sobbing and crying to them? That honestly, I feel like it's worse if she calls them and tries to dump this stuff on them, which would put them in a situation where they mentally and mature wise, they're not able to handle it. So they're gonna cry too. They're going to like comfort her too, because they're not mature enough to handle a grown woman in her 40s calling them and, you know, dumping all of this stuff on them. I'm sorry, girls. The cacao messages came out, but I want you to know I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't talking about you. You know. And then them like, we know Deputy, we know. Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of like putting this in my mind to try to like figure out what, you know, how did this happen? I don't believe that the girls called her. I believe she called them and dumped stuff on them. Because that's very, it's honestly, it's an emotional abuse of young people. A parent should not be crying in front of their child. They should show a sign of strength to their child. Let them know everything's okay. Don't go and call your child and cry to them when they're like, you know, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. 17, 18, all that. I get that like one or two of the members are in their 20s, but even when you're in your 20s, when I was in my 20s, I was still not mature here. I was probably more mature than the average person in their 20s because I'm an old soul. Everybody calls me an old soul. I had very intelligent conversation with people that were twice, 3 times my age at the bar when I wasn't even of legal age to drink at the time. When I turned 20, I think 21 is the legal age to drink. So 20, yeah, I was still not of legal age. But I had intelligent conversations with people at the bar. They loved me because I'm an old soul. But even so, I was still a bit naive and could be manipulated a little easier by people because I'm not, you know, I'm still not fully developed. I'm 33 years old now. I've seen manipulation. I've been gaslit before. I've been I've dated a gold digger before. I know what it's like to be manipulated emotionally because she did. She manipulated me emotionally. I know what it's like. So, you know, you can say whatever you want, but it just, that's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me. I can't even listen to their music anymore. Oh wow, it's that bad now. Grown in body but not in mind. Exactly, Shiny's Nuna. Grown in body but not in mind. Exactly. And I think that's a lot of things. That's people missing that. They are grown in mature, like in body wise. Like they look developed. They look like grown adults, but they are not. They are not there yet. They're really not. Let's see. I'm so late, but didn't you talk about how the rep got that one representative to investigate the workplace bullying of Honey? No, I didn't talk about that. I actually didn't know that happened. So you're saying that? Wait, sorry, rabbits? You talking about the bunnies? Got a representative to investigate the workplace bullying? No, I actually didn't know that happened. Didn't know that happened. If their live was on Reverse or on their official, or I think you said Weverse is what you're, yeah. If their live was on Weverse or on their official Instagram, then they have to answer to the staff. Yeah, that's why they chose to do it on YouTube. They didn't want anybody from either company knowing, you know. But then they find out anyway because you're doing a live stream. You haven't missed anything. No, you haven't missed a thing. Well, there was that one article that quoted Min Hee-jin saying that she knew they were going to do that live and she advised them not to. But then that article was mysteriously deleted. Well, because I think that she did advise them to do it. In fact, I think it was her idea. I think it was her idea. That's my personal belief. That's my personal belief. I think she was involved. I advised them not to. Half of the stuff they were saying sounded like stuff that would come from her. I still don't understand how their parents think the relationship between Min Hee-jin has with them is okay. Yeah. Again, like, the parents obscure me to this day. I have no idea what they're thinking. No idea. Some people are of the belief that they were in cahoots. I'm kind of leaning towards that because they haven't said anything since the court had revealed that, yes, they do believe that she was trying to undermine Hybe and damage Hybe. They actually admitted that. Yes, they did. They did give, like, I think, like, statements in court that were signed on behalf of Min Hee-jin supporting her. But that doesn't answer the question of do they believe that Min Hee-jin is in, like, I think y'all know what I'm trying to ask. I think I'm trying to make it clear. It doesn't account for if she manipulated them into doing this or if they were just in. Like, are they just in on it? Completely? I don't know. The girls also gave statements and signed statements to Min Hee-jin as well in court. But again, because, like, okay, a reasonable parent. I'm not a parent, but if I were, I would go to Min Hee-jin and see what's going on, listen to her, what she's saying. Of course, I wouldn't do it alone. I would go with all the parents. We would have a meeting so I could hear what she's saying. I would write down everything she's saying. I would go to Hybe and say, is there any kind of mistreatment that's going on with my child? Min Hee-jin has made some accusations that my child is being mistreated as well as the other New Jeans girls, and I wanted to know if, like, any of this stuff is true, and, like, why didn't they go to Hybe? Or did she say something so persuasive that they felt they didn't need to go to Hybe? Hybe is absolutely the enemy. What happened? And yes, there's the money thing as well. There's the money thing as well. That's true. Their parents are blinded by money. I'm hoping that's not true. I am hoping that's not true. But I do feel like it might be. But like, why go? Why? Because you know what that leads to? The parents knowing that the whole plan of Min Hee-jin is to break a door away from Hybe, have it as her own company with the New Jeans girls, you know, by her side. Illegally, because she's trying to do all this illegally. But at the same time, she's trying to make it not look illegal by putting Hybe in a situation where they would have no choice but to sell the 80% shares of the door. They want to be the buyers of the 80% shares so that they can own the entire company, break away from Hybe. And some people are of the belief that if worst comes to worst, they would just try to seize Hybe. She was going to try to seize Hybe completely. I don't know how in the world that was going to happen. I can see her trying to like break away from Hybe with Adore and New Jeans. I can't see her taking over Hybe. I don't know like how that would have happened. Except that you would like try to paint Bang Si-hyuk as this villain, which, you know, I guess was probably part of the plan there. So, you know, there's a lot of things in this that I'm like not understanding what was the motivation behind this. And again, the parents, did y'all know that she was planning on doing this and y'all willingly went along with it? Because if you did, you're just as bad. You're just as bad. There's no security that she can give or guarantee your daughters. She's just one small company among other subsidiary companies within the corporation of Hybe. I don't. Hey, welcome, Ninguk. Welcome. Oh man, it's just this is one of the reasons why it's so difficult to talk about this. Because there's so many moving parts. What happened? What really happened? Omega X was very straightforward. There were moving parts at first, but when Omega X came out with that press conference and they themselves told what happened and the emotion that you could see clearly on their faces, like they didn't even want to talk about it because to talk about it would be to relive the experiences. But they did it because they needed the truth to be out there at the expense of losing their careers. And they did it anyway. Because they were really being mistreated in every way. I don't even think they were getting paid properly. And all the mess that was going on there. What are you talking about? Is that to me or is that to somebody in the chat? Because I'm talking about the New Jeans Min Hee-jin thing. But yeah, mistreatment, Omega X is a prime example. And there are other examples. It's not just Omega X. There are examples of companies who have basically blackmailed or coerced the female artists into doing things with businessmen. There are stories out there. I have to research and look into it. Maybe I'll make videos talking about that. Because there are stories of that happening. Where female idols were basically forced into uncomfortable situations with businessmen because their company put them there to, I guess, because the businessmen were investing in the company and investing in the group. So they basically, how do I say this? There's no nice way to say it. They basically were trying to prostitute their female artists to these investors. There's stories. Oh, not to me. Okay, gotcha. Oh no, to me, to me. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the. I got my place for Espa concert. Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, the Omega X thing was just insane. That was true abuse, mistreatment, bullying, all of the above. But someone speaking to you or telling their artist who has suffered because of you isn't. Yeah, but not speaking to you or telling. Yes, exactly. Um, telling us that this person didn't speak to me. That the manager told them ignore me. Bong Shi-hyuk didn't bow to us. What else? We were put in dorms. I don't know if you guys remember that. The accusation that they were put in dorms that had bugs in them, and it was like a very nasty place. I don't even like. Where's the evidence of that? That Hyde put them in a dorm that was like full of bugs and stuff. Has anybody seen this dorm room? Are there any pictures floating around? Because I haven't seen it. They said that, and they also said that like their trainee videos were put out. They didn't want their trainee videos put out, or something like that. Medical records. I've never seen their medical records, so I don't know what they're talking about. That their medical records were leaked. But as far as like the trainee videos, that was Source Music that put them out. That's their stuff, and they put it out there because Min Hee Jin. This is my honest like hypothesis, because Min Hee Jin lied and said that y'all remember that when Min Hee Jin lied and said she found all of the girls with the exception of one that came from Source Music, and Source Music I think retaliated by putting out the videos of all of the girls in training doing choreography and stuff in Source Music to say that Min Hee Jin's lying. She did not find all these girls, with the exception of one. All of them were found and brought to Source Music. So, the lying, it's, how do you defend this? How do you defend a person who lies like this? And then when they're basically shown to be a liar, you still defend them, because why? Because the narrative of this, I'm this lowly woman out here trying to like fight against this tyrannical company full of evil men who are misogynists and all this other crap. I'm by myself trying to protect my girls, using the girls again as like a shield to protect herself from harsh criticism from people like me. So yeah, I'm sorry. I don't trust this woman. I don't trust her. I don't trust her. And then apparently she talked about in the Hyundai event, she's talked. The first thing she starts talking about is stuff that has nothing to do with what she's there for. Yeah, I curse, blah 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 blah. I'm like, why are you talking about this right now? You're supposed to talk about your experience in the field that you are in, of being a creative director, how you became successful, what you did. She talked about that after she ranted and raved about the stuff that she was doing in the whole Min Hee Jin Adore Hyde battle crap. Why are you talking about this there? That's not the platform. Not the platform. But she's trying to get her, like, she's desperately trying to get people to believe what she's saying. I'm sorry. I look at Min Hee Jin differently than New Jeans. and I can't help it. They're not in the same ballpark. Min Hee-jin is leagues above when it comes to trying to like gaslight people, manipulate people. What you saw is not what you actually saw. And then, you know, Koreans saying that also foreigners, what you saw is not really what you saw because it's Korean culture. That's what you saw. You saw Korean culture at work. And I did kind of mess up with the Andrew Tate example in my video. I said that, you know, I believe he's an ex-trafficker, and that if a Korean was trying to say that he wasn't, I would like defend. I would say, you know, it's just like me saying, no, it's Western culture or whatever, and I would try to defend him. That's not what I was trying to say. What I meant to say was, you know, yes, I do believe he's an ex-trafficker. I'm saying ex because y'all know, and ex-trafficker. I do believe that, absolutely, yes. But if I were to hypothetically believe that he wasn't an ex-trafficker, and a Korean finds out that he is, and is like, no, this guy's an ex-trafficker, am I gonna be like, no, he's not? You're looking at this wrong. What you're seeing is not really what you're seeing. It's Western culture. That's what I was trying to say, and I kind of messed it up. I don't know how I reversed it in my brain in that way. But that was basically what I was trying to say. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that what you're seeing is not really what you're seeing, because it is true. Okay? It's just like the example I used about artists from the West using BTS for clout. Some of them use them for clout. Some of them actually are friends with BTS and aren't using them for clout. So, you know. Anyway, let me read some comments. Positive news. Oh yeah, I read that one. And congrats to you for getting a seat to watch aespa. Is it live? Is it a live concert you're going to? Because like if so, that's awesome. I haven't been to one K-pop live concert. It's too freaking expensive. It really is. It's expensive. And you know, if I want to take mom with me, that's going to be twice the expensive. And then if it's a whole nother like state, I have to find room and board. That's expensive. What am I going to eat? I gotta pay money for that too. Shoot, I gotta pay money just to get there to the state. It's too much money. I can't afford that. Too much money. Yeah, the Omega X thing. Oh wait. I think I read this one. Is it? That was Pledis, and their parents should. Sorry, that was Pledis, and their parents should have brought that up to Pledis at the time it happened. I remember Rose from Blackpink saying she lives in a dorm with cockroaches when she was a trainee when she first came to Korea, when she did Sea of Hope show. Okay. I'm kind of fed up with the Min Hee-jin case. I just want Hybe to fire her, I think is what you're saying. I want Hybe to fire her and make the New Jeans members seen as see a psychologist. Sorry. Gotcha. Yeah, I gotta see what you're saying. You want Min Hee-jin completely gone, and you want New Jeans to see a psychologist, which they will need to. Dealing with a woman like that. Listen, even in the daggone Hyundai thing, she basically said that she relates to a character on Homeland who, and I've watched Homeland before, a few episodes. Don't take too long to recognize that the character she relates to has bipolar disorder. She has mental issues. And I thought to myself at that moment, She is relating to a woman who has mental issues. Nini Jin's mental. She's got issues. It's right there. She's basically saying it in the freaking Hyundai thing. She relates to the woman from Homeland. With mental issues. Like, come on, man. It doesn't get any more blatantly obvious than this. I put the pieces together. That's all I can say. Put the pieces together. She relates to her character. What more do you want? What more do you want? Basically, all trainees have had to deal with roaches in their dorms as trainees. Even the water's not helping me. What I want to know is who's in Shiny's old haunted dorm rooms. I don't even know if those dorm rooms are even still a part of SM anymore. They might be, but I don't know. I knew that Hyundai thing would just be her third press conference. She would just ramble and go on about nonsense instead of just talking about what she's supposed to talk about. Yeah, exactly. That's what she did. That's what she did. That whole you just don't understand because it's Korean culture thing is just stupid and annoying. It is. It is. That's why online concerts are better and cheaper. Yeah. That's true. That's true. It's true. I don't know though. Like better. I mean, cheaper, yes, but better. Like I don't think anything could compare to being live. Like seeing them in person. Oh. If I could see Shiny in person, y'all know I'm a hardcore Shiny fan. I love Shiny. If I could see Shiny in person, that would be great. If I could see EXO in person, that'd be awesome. Espa came to Paris in March 2025. I paid 119. Oh, sorry, 199. God, where did I get 119 from? I got dyslexia of numbers too, I guess. 218. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's like half a paycheck for some people with part-time jobs. Yeah, yeah. But since I don't live near to Paris, I have to take train and hotel room. Woo! The sacrifices that you have to make just to go to a K-pop concert. Wish I could do it, but I don't have that kind of money, man. I just don't. Oh my God, I couldn't believe she said she related to that character. I'm telling you, look, it's right there. It's right there. How can you deny? This is why I said I'm concerned for the girls. This right here is why. Look at the character she said she relates to. What more do you need? What more? It's like right there. It's literally right there. Like what more? This is why I say I'm concerned for the girls. This is the person who's been influencing them. This is the person that they view as a mother figure. This is the person that they were advocating for in the live stream. This is the person that they keep calling deputy. This is the person they probably still call mom. This is the person they probably still communicate with and talk to on the phone. This is the person that they were trying to be a therapist to when she had a mental breakdown, an emotional breakdown because the cacao messages came out. This is the person that tried to justify the cookie song. And just to remind you guys of how suggestive the cookie song is, the boy has to go to their house, their place, to get the cookie. And the girls are saying, I want to see you lick it. And she said, Minhee Jin said, this is about music. Cookies, Girl Scout cookies, equating it to music and the love of music and all that stuff. I would never love music so much that I felt like I needed to lick it. You can't lick music. You can't lick music. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. She's not there. The shaman stuff, her believing that her unalived sister is contacting her, communicating with her through the shaman. I don't understand. Like what more do you need? What more do you need? Really, what more do you need? She told on herself when she said that she relates to that character. Why would you say that? Agree, Moonlight. But since we can't, that leaves online. Sorry, let me go back. Each of the members. Since yeah, okay. This is not a comment to me, but encounter ghost. Yeah. If you want concerts online, it was just the gold category VIP. God, dog. That's a lot of money. Nope. Won't be me. I can't. VIC. Shoot. Y'all remember the Rising, I think it was the Rising Day event that was going on? Do you know how much money, and I can't even remember off the top of my head, how much money the VIP tickets were? That was a lot of money. That was a lot of money. Nope. Won't be me. I can't do it. Kudos to those who can afford it. I can't do that. Most recent one, Beyond Live, it's $40. Well, I think most of them are $40, which is a good thing. It's like $40 for the live concert, and you're getting the whole experience. Minhee Jin is unstable. Yes, she is unstable. Absolutely, 100% agree. I know it's expensive, but it would. I'm sorry, I gotta read this again. I know it's expensive, but it will be my first real concert, and I really, really love Espa. Well, hey, listen, power to you, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you get all of your money's worth, because those concerts are not cheap at all. I want to go to one. I wish I could go to one. Tomorrow I go to see B.I. in Paris. Oh, I didn't even realize you were here. Maria. Hello. Welcome. Or did you just come in? Yeah, you just came in. Let me see. Oh, and Moonlight Taman official YouTube is back online too. Oh, that's good. Teju too. By the way, we'll see Espa. He said it in his community section. Got you. Of course, Teju would go and see Espa. I think he's a big Espa fan too. Justify the cookie song. Oh my God. Don't start. Don't. That one. Ain't nobody out here licking or tasting. And see, another thing. They're kids. Why are these young girls like, why are you making them sing this crap? Why are you making them sing this crap? I want to see you lick it. What? Why does it sound so suggestive? They want to complain about, oh, they're grown. Really? So you're okay with these girls singing this stuff about Cookie? It's very hypocritical. In one sense, it's the same people that are saying that it was an inappropriate thing to have these girls sing the Cookie song. Now they're saying the girls are grown. Make up your mind. Are they grown or are they not? Sorry, I got a little mad. I apologize. Got a little mad. Got a little mad. I'm sorry, that kind of pisses me off just a little, just a little bit. How do you say, oh, you know, they shouldn't be singing the Cookie song? It's very inappropriate, very inappropriate. Then you go and say, they're grown adults, they should be held completely 1,000% responsible. Even if they were manipulated, they should still be held accountable for what they said, because they kind of basically are taking their own position and, you know, all this stuff. Yeah, I get it. Some years passed since the Cookie song, and now they are somewhat of age to talk about the Cookie. No. No. I'm not justifying that. Sorry. I'm sorry. No. No. They still view Min Hee-jin as their mother. They're not grown here. They're not mature here. This matters. Don't dismiss this. Don't dismiss it. And I'm not going to sit here and downplay the potential effect that Min Hee-jin's manipulation has had on them to cause this to be stunted even more. It's crazy. Oh, all right. This month went TBZ Paris. Okay. You should have seen Blackpink concert. I bet it was a lot. I bet it was a lot. Also, guys, be sure to like the live stream as well. Live streams don't get a lot of traction because they're live streams. So definitely, if you would do me a big favor, I say this on every live stream. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just like the live stream. Turn that black thumb gray or white, whatever color it's supposed to be. It's white. I mean, it's black if you have your screen on bright, but my screen is dark. I like dark mode. So whatever color it turns into, make sure it turns that color for me, and I would appreciate it oh so much. Thank you in advance for that. By the way, I know it's nice and bright and sunny outside, but I wanted so badly to turn on my Moonlight Antonio colors for the live stream, because I don't do that as often as I used to, so I definitely want to do that on the live streams at least every once in a while. Min Hee-jin is the only one protecting them. But Min Hee-jin is the only one protecting them. Give me a break. Yeah, right. Exactly. Protecting them. She's not protecting them. She's the one who put their name. She's the one who dragged their name through the mud, basically. Like, how do you say? Let's leave the girls out of this. Leave the kids out of this. This is between adults. And then but you were the one that, prior to that, brought every other child's group name into this. Even people from SM, groups from SM. Like, what? All of a sudden now you're like, oh no, we need to let the kids be left alone out of this. I want that blue light of yours, Moonlight. how much for, wait, somebody said that there was a price. Wait, was it BP? Blackpink, right? Blackpink's highest ticket price at France was what? Well, how much is that in American? Ninguk. Literally minimum wage in France. How much is that in American? I already know it's a lot, but I just wanted to know. How much is the Enhypen TXT NCT this year tour? But yeah, that's really the issue that I'm having with this whole thing. It's really tough to talk about this whole thing, and like I said, I wasn't gonna engage with this whole Minhee New Jean stuff anymore. But when I had that conversation with the person in one of my videos that I did, it did spark a weird fire in me to tackle this stuff again, because it was a different perspective. I was viewing this from the perspective of this is going to be very detrimental to companies in the future, when they have CEOs of subsidiary labels that are trying to usurp power from the big corporation. Now I'm viewing this in a different perspective of what really matters is the girls, and that the girls need to get some kind of help, because this woman has done some serious damage, and that's my honest feeling about everything that's been going on. That the girls are suffering, their careers are suffering as a result of Minhee Jin and all this stuff, and yeah. So that's where I am now. I saw a number. Hold on. I saw a number. Probably pricey. Where is it? Is, I think, 1.10. So probably almost 14. God have mercy. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, okay? I'm not paying all that. What's that, like 1,400? Is that what that is? 1,400? Shiny and the basic ticket in France for BP, sorry. Okay. Gotcha. See something here. Media playlist. I wonder. I'm gonna have to experiment with this Prism Live thing. I'm definitely gonna have to experiment with this Prism Live thing a little bit more. Sorry, I didn't mean to have my fingers in your face. I was just trying to figure out something. I wanted to see something real quick. I need to experiment more. Let's see. That's why I would never attend a YG group concert. These ticket sales are ridiculous. 100 for a BP concert ticket. Jesus. NCT ticket in France was like 68 E. Oh God. I mean, 68 is not, it's like it's not super expensive, but it is still super expensive. And I don't even know if that's just the regular ticket price or if, like, what's the VIP? Woo! Like that, the VIP, and I don't even know what you're supposed to be getting with the VIP. Is there like a meet and greet with the members or whatever, or they sign stuff or whatever the case? concert money, Moonlight also has to pay for the venue and the staff and things like that. Yeah, but God, do you have to charge like $1,400 to do that? I mean, a lot of people are going to show up, but that's. I mean, think about like, yeah, I understand that we're trying to cover the cost of the staff and all that other stuff, but this kind of inconsiderate to have people pay so much money out of their pockets and their paychecks like that. That's a lot of money. How much was the basic? You said the most expensive. Yeah. For BP in France. Yeah, I definitely want to know, because that's... I mean, because these ticket prices are just too high. I don't know how people manage to actually go to these concerts. Good thing I started early today. I wasn't sure if I was going to start this live stream late or early. Wasn't sure. And this is the most fun. Oh, regular. Yeah, regular is. Yeah. Gotcha. I took the basic. Okay. And this is the most funny of the story. For the VIP of YG groups, you have the right to take a group photo on the stage with strangers without the artists. Eh? Agree, Moonlight. That's why whenever Shiny has a concert, they always do at least one online for international fans. Plus, this year, Taman has put all his world tour dates online. 60 or 70 is good. I mean, it's 60 or 70. I mean, I can understand 60 and 70. I can understand 60 or 70. When you start getting into like the 90s and the 100s and all that other stuff, that's when it starts getting, too expensive. That's when it gets way too expensive. Like, I don't want to pay all that money. That's a lot. That's a lot. Especially if you don't live in that state or that country that they're at. That's why I don't understand how that guy who kept yelling out, "I love you, Jonghyun," was able to go to all of those. Like, they bought a ticket to every last one, and they basically had the money to follow Shiny like throughout the entire concert tour. That took money. I wonder how much rent they were like behind on because they did that. I have no idea. Maybe they had it like that. Maybe I shouldn't assume that they, had rent that was due. Maybe they had it like that and they could do that. Who knows? I booked Ace on October for 60. Yes, without the artist. It's terrible without the artist. You just taking. So who are you taking pictures with? Staff? Book card 49. Book card 49 in December. In France, concerts are cheap. Wait, are you saying for VIP you don't even get to take group photos with the actual artist? Imagine you pay $1,400 your ticket to hope to have exclusivity, but all you have is a photo on stage. Yeah, that's a steep price, man, for just a photo. I don't get to like. That's I don't I don't understand. Why would you pay $1,400 to just for a picture? And then it might not even be with the members. It's probably like with staff members or whatever. I don't even know the staff. I'm gonna take a picture with the person that worked the lights at the concert. How uneventful. How anticlimactic. I remember that, and Junghyun called the guy out on it too. Yeah. Cause like really, this man is paying all this money to come see the Shiny and like follow them throughout the entire tour. I'm like, bruh, what kind of money do you have? Cause I know them tickets ain't cheap, and I know you trying to find some place to lodge all over the state is not cheap. But I will say I'll always be grateful to that guy for yelling out, "I love you, Junghyun." He needed that. That was a beautiful thing to do. So what's the point of VIP? So what's the point of VIP paying to take a photo with a bunch of fandom fans is not it. Yeah. Exactly. I can do that for free. Shoot. And he had a fancy for Junghyun too. Oh yeah. I Am on July was around 60. Sorry. Me being dyslexic and trying to like read misspellings of stuff is very hard for me. It's very hard for me. So yeah, it doesn't help my dyslexia at all. So I'm trying to like read it. But I got what you're saying. Around 60. That's not bad though. That price isn't bad. 60's not bad. 60, 70. I mean, I could understand to an extent like $80, but like when you start getting to the 90s and above, it's like what? Like it's too much. Too much, man. You pay $1,400 to have a group photo on stage with other fans. So, okay, so it's not staff members. It's like you're taking a fan. Huh? I'm not gonna lie, that's actually even dumber than taking a picture with the staff. I'd rather take a picture with the staff. I'd rather take a picture with the person that set up the stage and put the lights in place. And so you were the one that made the lights flicker. Wow. Like I want to take a picture with. Like I would rather take a picture with them. You're the one who did the hair and makeup for the members. Oh yes, I'll take a picture. I'm just taking a picture with other fans. I can do that at Walmart. Honestly. So that's okay. So that's money hungry. That's what that is. That's the companies being money hungry. That's what that is. It's the companies being money hungry, and Greedy. And they wonder why I don't advocate for companies. It's greedy, man. Like I said, I understand 60, 70, 80. When you start getting to 90 and above, God have mercy on your soul. That's too much money. You're robbing people, especially when you're saying that you're paying for a picture with other fans, like a group photo on stage. Oh my God. I could do that literally anywhere. I could have a fan meeting of my own and charge nothing to just take pictures of fans, with fans. France has great ticket prices. Us could be, yeah, right. Exactly. US could never. I think that's what you meant. Yeah. Exactly. I would love to go to a BTS concert, but I don't like high new policy for the concert prices of their artists. Okay, so what's the concert, like, what's the policy? Because I'm not aware of the policy. So let me know what the policy is. I'm sure it's outlandish, but I still want to know. Hopefully I'm just 25. Sorry, hopefully I am, just 25 minutes for, oh, gotcha, just 25 minutes from Paris. I understand it is extensive when you need accommodation, or expensive when you need accommodation. Yes, it is. It is very expensive because you're traveling. That costs money to travel, costs money to find a place to stay, costs money to eat because they're not going to feed you, costs money, of course, the ticket that you pay for in advance. And then you got to pay again to leave. You got to travel back to where you came from, which is more money. You're going to be, like, you're going to have to save up. And there's no way I could go to 3 or 4 concerts like this in 1 year. It has to be one. I have to make a choice. I can't just, I ain't got it like that. I definitely don't have it like that. Paying several $100s or even worse over $1,000 to sit in a nosebleeds is wild. Wait, you have over $1,000 to sit in the nosebleed section? Nosebleed section is supposed to be the cheaper section, isn't it? Nosebleed section is supposed to be the cheaper section. But you know what? The Rising Day concert was like similar to this. Or no, sorry, it wasn't a concert, it was a fan meeting. They barely had any songs out, and yet you had to pay umpteen dollars or so just to, like, sit in a specific section of the fan meeting. And I think it did round up to 1,000 if you know, 500 for something. 500, I think it was 500 or 400 for something. It's a fan meeting, guys. $500 or $400, and I honestly didn't want to go anyway because Sunghan's not there. I don't want to see them if Sunghan's not there. I'm gonna have to, like, speak with my wallet on that one. You're not getting anything from me, Rise, until Sunghan comes back. But I don't think it's gonna work because they're still doing stuff and Sunghan's not there. And because fans are, like, supporting Rise without really, talking about Sunghan or anything like that. So the company's just going to keep doing it. As long as fans keep supporting them without Sunghan, they're not going to bring Sunghan back. So it's like the minority of people are the ones that are not supporting Rise. The majority of people are supporting Rise regardless, and so it doesn't really matter what the minority does because majority rules. That's the sad part. They applied it for Suga concerts, but basically, if there's a lot of people who want a place, the price goes high. The price goes high. If there isn't a lot of people, the price goes down. If there isn't a lot of people, the price goes down. That's a stupid policy because the price. It's just, sorry, I had to think about it. That's a stupid policy. They know that the tickets are going to be sold out. That policy is like null and void. There will never be a moment in BTS's career where not a lot of people will show up, so the prices will go down. That's called bait. You know good and well those ticket prices are not going to go down because people are going to show up. Do they think we're stupid or something? We're not stupid. That's a dumb policy. Stupid. This is why I don't advocate for hype. No, I'm just kidding. that is a stupid policy, though. I'm not gonna lie. What's Hype's policy for ticket prices? Because, like I said, in the U.S., we have to deal with Ticketmaster. So there's that. Like for sure, action. Basically. Oh, for share action. It's still stupid though. It's still a stupid policy. Unless I'm just misunderstanding the actual point of the policy. It just, on its face, it sounds very stupid. And pointless. It's BTS. People are going to show up for BTS. There's never going to be a situation where not enough people are coming, so we are going to lower the prices. I don't think that's ever going to be a possibility. During the pandemic, yeah, that probably, or like post-pandemic, right after pandemic, yeah, that would have been an issue. But the pandemic is long gone. Like, people are going to be there. Speaking of, Jimin passed his military testing for Special Warrior Soldier. Special Warrior Soldier in U.S. is ticketing, I think is what you're a scam. Okay, gotcha. Not a company scam, but that policy is Ticketmaster, Live Nation. Didn't you see where the Swifties got Congress involved? Actually, no, I didn't see that. I heard that someone in the U.S. wanted to go to Suga concert, but he gave up when he saw the price go up to wow. I would have gave up too. I would have gave up too if I saw that price. I would have gave up if I saw it go to $1,000. Yeah, absolutely. I'm out. Like Shark Tank, no deal. I'm not doing it. Special Warrior Soldier is Korean equivalent of BLAS or Black Ops for you lot in the U.S. That's how, and that's how I know you're from a whole nother country. When you say you lot, when you say you lot, thank you for that, because I didn't know what Special Warrior Soldier was. So it's like Special Warrior Soldier. That's like what, SWS. I'm Scottish. I'm Scottish. What you expect? Yeah. Well, you're Scottish to my Irish, my sister. I have Irish in my blood. Didn't know it till later on. I was like, wow, I have Irish in my blood. So hey, you're Scottish to my Irish. I love that, by the way. I love that I have some Scottish in me. Beautiful. It's great. Ticketmaster for you. You can add the ticket to your cart for like $75, but when you try to check out the price, it's now $700. Golly. In that case, I'll have to start calling you little brother then. So yeah, I'm not gonna have this live stream be like 3 hours or 4 hours long like usual. I just wanted to come on here and talk for a minute, and that was about it. Ticketmaster is Ticketmaster is racketing, is a scam. Got you. Racketeering. Racketeering, I think that's what. Yeah, got you. But that's just terrible. I don't use Ticketmaster, so I didn't know that. I did not know that. For Espa in France, all tickets are sold out. To tell you I bought my place while walking on the street after, because at that time I went to the doctor. I got you. Yeah, I'll say I want to pay. I think I'll keep the live stream going on for maybe 10 more minutes. I'll try to keep track. 10 minutes. I won't pay $1,000. Absolutely not. I wouldn't either. And this is why I don't advocate for companies. Look at this. Look at the prices, man. And I come on. Come on. By the way, I did actually think about making a video for like reaching 1K subs or so, but I don't know what to do. I'm not good at that whole making a video to celebrate 1K subs, and I feel like I'm just so chill about it that I just treat it like every other thing. It's like I hit 1K, great. I'm just gonna carry on as if everything's still the same as when I had like 800 subs, and just keep making videos. But I am gonna make my favorite YouTubers video and I'm gonna make my favorite K-tuber video, the K-tubers that I watch. Because I wanted to make that like months ago, and back when Chojimi showed up to my live stream, we talked about that, because I thanked him because he had featured me on one of his K-tubing, one of his K-tubing videos like months ago, and I was like, honestly, then that's an honor. That's an honor, because I don't feel like I'm that good to be featured on someone's favorite K-tuber list, but he featured me on one of his favorite K-tuber videos. So I'm definitely going to do my favorite K-tuber video as well. And I'll probably make more as I discover more K-tubers that I really like. Some of them you probably already know. Some of them you probably won't know. And some of them you probably would never consider a K-tube channel, but I definitely am going to do that. You should check out some articles about Ticketmaster so you can see what they've been doing. So unfortunately, this time it's to the entertainment companies. Yeah, because probably because it's more profitable. Probably because it's more profitable to do the entertainment companies than anything else. I hope you will have your 80s ticket. We'll see. We'll see. Probably not, though. Look, I just started getting paid by YouTube. I just started getting paid via AdSense. So I don't really have... But I do want to look at like online concerts and stuff in the future. And maybe I can go to a K-Con in New York. New York is literally right around the corner from Maryland. It really is. I can just take a shuttle bus to New York from where I am, from Maryland, and I'll arrive in New York, and I can go to a K-Con. Of course, for some content creators who do K-tubing stuff and Korean-related YouTube stuff, they get invited by K-Con to be a panelist. So it's always been one of my dreams to do that. Why am I rocking back and forth like a crazy person on my chair? But yeah, I look stupid rocking back and forth like that. I just caught myself. Sorry. But yeah, that would be cool. That's good news for you, Moonlight, being paid by YouTube. Yes, finally, the fruits of my labor are manifesting. Finally. But honestly, it's thanks to you guys as well, because I can put out 10,000 things of content, but if nobody cares about it, if nobody's interested in it, if nobody finds it informative or helpful or entertaining or anything like that, my channel will never, this will never happen. So it's because of you guys that like my videos, that share my videos, subscribe, leave comments, all that stuff. It's because of y'all that I'm even in a position where I can finally get paid by YouTube through AdSense. So that's to you guys. And that's why I say this is not just my channel, this is our channel. I don't think people really come to me and ask me about topics to talk about. They more likely always ask me to react to stuff. And I just can't do it at the moment because there's too many things getting in the way of me doing reactions. I can't do the reactions because my camera's not acting right. I can't do reactions because I have to find a converter, YouTube converter. Of course, if you have YouTube Premium, you can just download the video from YouTube. They made a feature where you can download videos from YouTube right there. You don't even, I think that's what that is. You can download it and you don't even have to worry about getting a converter. You can download it straight from YouTube. And all that stuff. And I think if you have YouTube Premium, you can probably blue check mark your channel. I don't know. I don't know if that's how that works. I have to look into it. But I do want to blue check mark my channel just in case someone one day decides to try to like imitate me or try to like pose as me and fool people. I don't like that stuff, so I want to better protect my channel. So, but yeah, it's because of you guys. So I appreciate all of you out there in the Moonlight community who support my channel and support my content, because I can, when you're not a YouTuber and you watch other YouTubers complain about how hard it is to do YouTube, you think to yourself, I work a 9-to-5 job full time. What you're doing is nowhere near as hard. But once you reach a certain year, or you reach a certain amount of subscribers and views and things like that, it's no longer an issue of, oh, YouTube's not really that hard. It's now becoming, I have to compete with myself. Now, YouTube was designed with the intent of like having competition with other channels. If my channel lacks reactions, but it has KTube content that's not reactionary, people are going to go to another person's channel to get reactions. So what do? I try to compete with that channel by, making reactions too, but try to like one up that channel to doing like reactions better than them or whatever. That's not how I do things. That's not how I conduct myself. That's never been how I conducted myself. I don't compete with anyone because I don't think that I don't like competition like that. I compete with myself. How can I do better as a content creator? I do look at other content creators who do these things and kind of get inspiration from them, and I glean from them and what they do. Some of the inspirations that I've gotten for some people might not like this because of the current things, the current situation that's going on with this particular KTuber, but back before the problematic issue occurred on this person's channel, I got a lot of my inspiration from Everglow Up to even start KTubing in the first place, in the like talking about K-pop topics. I got a lot of that from Everglow Up. She inspired me. Planet Minjay inspired me as well, and Vixo and a few other ones. So yeah, I started doing that stuff because of that. But I don't compete. I mean, honestly, there's no way I could have competed with them anyway. I was a little channel. They were like already passing the 1,000 subscriber mark at that time. So I just compete with myself because I want to make sure my content is better than the content that I put out a year or 2 or 3 ago. And I think I have improved quite a bit with my content and the imagery. I've gotten a few compliments in the past for like how the images are shown and the transitions from one thing to another and things like that. So that really does do my heart good. I don't care about competing with other people. I just want to compete with myself and do my best on my channel. And you guys, of course, have been a huge boost in morale for me, because you can get YouTube fatigue very quickly when you're doing this stuff for like 2 years, 3 years, whatever. But you guys have like constantly been supporting me, so I am thankful for that. And it does boost my morale, and it makes me more determined to do better. So yeah, it's because of you guys that I am where I am, so I thank you. I thank you for loving my content. And even if people disagree, as long as they, you know, even if you dislike my video, it's fine, because the dislikes help too. Dislikes help too. If you have disagreements, that's fine. I like to see all different perspectives, get all different points of view. As long as they're done in a respectful manner, I'm all for it. So I love that. What you said is literally what my mom thinks, that their job, like YouTuber, secretary, etc. She thinks it isn't hard. That is like you have to do only that, and you have an easy, yeah. See, and yeah, right, because you sit in a chair, right? But it's way more harder than I thought it would be, because like I'm a one-man show. I have to like come up with the concepts, the ideas. What is the topic I'm going to talk about? I have to write a script. I used to be unscripted on everything. I started writing scripts around the time that I did maybe the What is Woke video, around that time before What is Woke. And then ever since then, you'll see scripted videos. I still do unscripted, but there's an aspect of that unscripted video now that's going to have some script in it. Because I need to keep myself in a place of, how do I say this? I guess cognitive discipline. So that I can know, hey, I've talked about this already, you know, such and such, so and so. Keep myself on track. But yes, it is not an easy task to be a YouTuber, because everything is dependent on your ability to do and perform what you need to perform, so that you can deliver a message that is cohesive, coherent, that is not clickbaity, and like, don't get me wrong, people make money from being clickbaity too, but I don't like the clickbait where you are showing something on your thumbnail and saying like that this idol came out as gay, or this idol revealed their sexuality, and then when you get to your video, you're not even talking about it, and then when you do talk about it, you're saying, oh well, you know, fans have been saying this, but on your thumbnail you're saying that this idol said something. Now you're in your video, you're saying the fans have been saying this. And I'm like, or like the one where I saw that, because I did a video on this one, Onu's funeral. Onu says goodbye to fans. That was so clickbaity. And they were basically taking advantage of the fact that Onu was sick and was recovering, and playing on people's emotions like that. Only to reveal in the video that no, Onu's not Onu didn't pass away. It was a relative of Onu who passed away, and he was saying goodbye to the Again, I don't like that stuff. That's very, very evil. Very evil. I know there's also the video montage, and most YouTubers dislike this part yeah. I hate clickbait so much. Yeah, really. I don't like clickbait. Because if you're not talking about what your thumbnail is implying you're talking about, and or if it's like basically a lie, because that was a lie. Just stupid stuff. That's why I stopped watching Dave Desai, because he started doing this clickbait crap, and I was like, I can't watch this dude. And because I thought he was being like, what's the word? I thought there was a level of integrity that he had while doing this stuff, but I think he realized that the algorithm really gets his videos out there when he talks about stuff. He always talks about, it's always a sexuality thing with him. I understand that Dave Desai is gay. I don't really care, like, that's fine, but constantly talking about how in your thumbnails, Jimin and Jungkook, Jesus, see, there it go, Jimin and Jungkook. Literally, hold on, y'all. Let me find this thumbnail, because I actually have this thumbnail. Let me find it and read it to y'all. And I'm going to show y'all what this thumbnail said, because I have one. I'm not trying to expose Dave Desai. People have already done that. They did that 3 years ago. They did that 4 years ago. This is not me exposed, but this is just me telling y'all why I don't watch him no more, because of stuff like this. Hurry up. Let me see. Where's that thing at? It's somewhere. One sec, y'all. Here it is. Here it is. The thumbnail has a picture. I wish I could show you guys. The thumbnail has a picture of what looks like Jimin kissing someone, and Bong Shi-hyuk on the side with a mic. And it says, in quotes, Bong tried hard to take this down. And then it shows like this picture in the middle, this small little picture of it saying, I think on Instagram, your content has been removed. And it has like all of the stuff or whatever, blah, blah, blah. 9 minutes and 24-second long video. And YouTube, not YouTube telling me that I might like this content as well. No, I don't. The actual thumbnail doesn't say this, but the title of the video. Oh, I don't have the whole title. That sucks. That sucks. Well, I'll just read what it says here. Disney accidentally left in clip of Jungkook. I guess that's like the shipping thing of Jungkook kissing in bed. Question mark. And he says rumor. Now he's doing this now because people have caught on to his, clickbait antics. So now he's putting rumor in his stuff. But still, I don't watch it because it's like, I feel like if it was a different artist and of course he's got on to people who have criticized him and said that he's not a real BTS fan, because if it was any other artist that made it to where BTS did, he would have been their fan and would have been making news about them. Personally, and I don't know Dave Desai like that, but I feel like there's just something off. It strikes me as he's just talking about this stuff because BTS is a popular group. That's what it feels like. He's just talking about it because they're a popular group. Notice like his whole channel is centered around BTS. And now he's kind of branched it out into it's about Hybe and the groups surrounding Hybe, but it's still mainly about BTS. So it's like it branched out, but it didn't branch out much. When I talk about K-pop stuff, I talk about all kinds of groups. I don't talk about just one particular group. I talk about groups that people don't even know about. But Dave Desai, that's his niche. That's his niche. It works for him. It makes him money, and so that's why he does it. But at the end of the day, I feel like you're lacking integrity if you make thumbnails that are saying that this has happened, and then I open up the video and you're saying that, oh, well, yeah, people are saying this happened. Just don't do that. Come on. years ago there was a Korean who did videos in French. He Sorry, let me. I feel like I'm missing other comments. Hold on. I know there are also videos, montage, and almost. Oh yeah, sorry, I did read your DPR. Cost $55. See that sounds pretty good. Wait, is that $55? That's not bad. Ninguk says, yes, I know. There's also video montage, and most YouTubers dislike this part from I know, or this art form, I think is what you're saying. This art form. I hate clickbait so much. Yes. Once I find a channel does that, I will block them fast or tell YouTube to not recommend them. Yeah, that's what I do now. I booked for October. Bong Young Good. That Dave guy is the worst, and I really hope he can be sued one day. I don't wish this on anybody, but I don't think if he puts out like misinformation, because here's the thing, the thumbnails are suggestive, but then his video says the total opposite. And so I don't think he'll get sued for it, because he's not saying what the thumbnail says. Because if he did, then it would really actually be defamation. And he knows. Here's the thing that I don't like about Dave Desai. He knows that if an idol, even in the year of 2024, if an idol says that they are gay, or that they're bi, or whatever the case, that's a death sentence to their career. He knows that. So no, BTS would never reveal their sexuality or sexual preference or anything like that if it would jeopardize their careers. Would people care at this point of BTS's career? Probably not. But would the company care? Would Korea care? They still have to appeal to Korea at the end of the day. Korea is still quite indifferent, or I think that's the term, indifferent towards LGBTQ. So, I'm not saying that they are actually like in the closet or anything, but if they were, they would never even make the mistake of coming out. So he knows that. Dave knows that. So to do that is like, come on, Dave. Really, come on. And first of all, why would I even care that people are like accused, like saying that BTS is like that there's members that are gay? Why would I care enough to even make a video about it? But I think it's because he's gay himself. He's making these videos about stuff like this, which your identity being gay should not have to constantly be like the only talking point of your entire channel. I think there's more to you than just you being gay and you talking about BTS possibly being gay or whatever. There's more to gay people than just them being gay or who they decide to sleep with behind closed doors at home, the privacy of their own home. There's more to that. There's more to you as a person. And I think when people limit themselves to their sexuality, it creates the stereotype that a lot of gay people don't like. That, hey, these people are portraying gay people wrong. We are more than just our sexuality. And so why do you always when you make a gay character on a show, they're always talking about who they're sleeping with, ooh, that guy's hot, ooh, this guy's hot, stuff like that. Like, they're constantly talking about sex. They're constantly talking about who's a top, who's a bottom, this, that, and the other. You know, twink and all that. And it's a stereotype of gay people. And not all gay people are like that. But there are gay people that are like that who get offended when people portray gay people like that. But that's how y'all act. If you're, like, there's some gay people that believe if you're not into drag, then, like, something's wrong with you. Not all gay people are into drag. So it's just like, anyway, I'm going on a tangent. See, I'm going on a tangent. But I think my ultimate point is, just because you're gay doesn't mean you have to make content about BTS possibly being gay. And then that's like the niche of your entire channel. It's always a sexuality thing. If I had $1 for every thumbnail that Dave Desai has made about the possible sexuality of the members, I think I would be rich probably, because there's a lot of thumbnails like that. Just talking about, yeah, this member revealed his ideal type in a guy or something. It's always got to be something gay related. Always. And this is not me having something against gay people. I don't mind gay people at all. But when you build your whole channel on that, it's kind of like, is there more? That's why I like people like Amir Odom. Amir Odom is a gay conservative, but he's like, listen, there's more to gay people than just they're gay. Because and I love what he said. He said the gayest thing about you is who you sleep with. That's it. Like, that shouldn't be your identity as to, like, this is who I am. I'm gay and everything about me is gay this, gay that, drag, you know, all this other stuff. There's more, like, who are you as a person? And I like that Amir Odom talks about that. And he's probably one of the most intellectually honest people in his community. And I respect him for that. So anyway, sorry, I went on a whole tangent. He's not a K-tuber person. He's a political commentator channel. Talks about politics and things like that. But he is such a intellectually honest and trustworthy person. He's just down to earth honest. And I love that about him. Love it. Love it. So yeah. It's not about the gay thing. It's just about, is that all you're going to say about, like, who you are and your identity and your channel's all about? Why isn't your channel, because he does talk about stuff outside of the gay stuff, right? He does talk about, like, the albums, the music and all that stuff. But it's just like, you know, the niche is always the clickbait. Sorry, I'm supposed to be reading y'all comments. I got a little carried away. Where am I? Years ago, there was a Korean who did videos in French. He published a vlog, and he put in the title, "I've met Jungkook." It was all lies, of course. I unsubscribed right away. Wait, so he wasn't jokingly saying he met Jungkook? Was he actually being serious about it? I mean, that's clickbait, but I mean, there's like the funny clickbait, right? There's funny clickbait too. There's like nuance to clickbait. That's why clickbait is hard to recognize at times. Honestly, that's why it was hard for me to recognize Dave Desai's clickbait for a time. I followed Dave Desai for like, God, 2 years? Maybe 2 years, 2.5, until I realized this guy's not worth following anymore. It was hard to spot the clickbait stuff. I used to Wait, I'm sorry. I cannot. Il, ele, el, I don't know what this word says. I apologize. I used to. Oh, watch. Got you. I think that's what you're saying. Sorry. I used to watch his channel years ago, and then one day his channel just changed to this awful clickbait nightmare. Yeah, exactly. I can't believe people still watch him. I think they are all shippers. Not all of them, because some of them I've seen in the comments, they have called him out and said, no, I think you're just basically using BTS for clout. Again, here's another example of someone who I believe is using BTS for clout, just so that they can, like, get big numbers on their YouTube channel. If a Korean pointed it out, or say I said that he wasn't a clout chaser for BTS, say that, and Koreans were like, no, Dave Desai's problematic, and I'm like, no, he's not. It's American culture. It's American culture. It's Western culture. Okay, it's not what you think. You know, that sort of thing. And that's what I feel Koreans sometimes do when they talk about Korean culture, you know. Trying to use it as a shield, as a weapon. The black card, you know. Black card's the same way. Yeah, but there was a time, getting to that comment that you made, there was a time when Dave Desai's content was not clickbaity. But then it just kind of became that way. And I don't know why he did it. What changed? Did he realize that the algorithm answers better to clickbait than honesty? And so he just decided to take that route. I've seen him on his Instagram, like, basically defending himself against people that would call him out. And at the time I was like, is he... Oh, don't worry, Maria. I got you. I got you. But yeah, it's that content. I can't watch that stuff anymore. Key says he's home now and he's able to start doing one replies now. You have to subscribe to their bubble. Onu can be chatty at times. Key said on his live this morning he has to wait till his schedule finishes before he can get drunk after. Okay. Sorry, too many. Sorry, the automatic. Yeah, I got you. No problem. Yes, he is. They are awesome. The title implied that. Wait, the title implied that in this specific vlog, he met Jungkook, but not once he even talked about Jungkook or even. Oh yeah, so yeah, he's using dishonest tactics. He just goes in restaurant and was talking about his live. Like, so, because, you know, there's sometimes where people will jokingly say, I met Jungkook, or I met this idol. But all they did is go into a restaurant where the idol actually was, and they have, like, the idol signature in the restaurant or whatever, and, like, look, it's Jungkook. You know, that's also misleading, but, you know. Yeah, okay, I got you then, Gook. So it was actually drink water. To be honest, I'm about to end the live stream because I'm hungry. I'm about to end the live stream because I'm getting hungry. But I said 10 minutes, didn't I? It's like 41 minutes above, I think, 10 minutes. But yeah, I don't want to end it on the Dave Desai thing, though. I do want to say this. Then sign off and go. Yeah, I don't want to end it on the Dave Desai thing. That's not a good way to end this. Ultimately, yeah, I try to avoid the clickbaiting stuff as much as possible because I don't like seeing it. I don't like seeing it, and I've talked about it before, so I avoid that stuff. If you see what I'm, like, the thumbnails and the titles and the thumbnails, what I'm talking about is what I'm talking about, so. Besides, my topics are so controversial half the time, I don't even need to make a thumbnail that would, like, get you to click on the video. My topics are very controversial. Unfortunately, but they're very controversial. They're not the kind of viewpoints that a general populace would have. They're really not. So, no, not a commercial again. But yeah, they're not the kind of commercials. They're not the kind of commercials that you would. Jesus, commercials. That's how you know I need to sign off. I'm talking about commercials. What I'm trying to say is my brain is acting stupid now. I actually don't remember what I was trying to say. What was I trying to say? Yeah, I think what I was trying to say was that what I talk about is not something that people gravitate towards or agree with, like, unanimously. There's a lot of pushback with what I talk about, so I don't need to make a thumbnail that's suggesting something that's not really in my video. Like I said, one of my best thumbnails I ever made was the one with Hyungwon sipping on his drink and giving like a side eye, and the black guy on the other side going shh. And that thumbnail was entitled something like Koreans don't take black people seriously when we say don't use the N-word, or the hypocrisy of the N-word, or something like that. Like, my topics are controversial already, so I don't really need to exaggerate anything. By the way, if you have not seen, and I do want to kind of highlight this, because in spite of my cautiousness, I got lured to click by error. I just stopped the video. Yeah, same, because I don't want to watch it. I already know I already know they're gonna talk about BS. I don't want to watch it. Thumbnail even says, it suggests that it's BS, so I don't want to watch it at all. I think this thing needs to be moved slightly over or something. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but definitely for those who haven't watched my What is Woke video, I know it's an hour and 25 minutes long, but I would definitely highly recommend that you watch that video, because that's why it's like that. It's because it's tilted. I just realized the entire time my live's been on, it's tilted. I think you said when I knew, or something like that. I'm not sure. But yes. Oh, got you. When I know it's BS, I stop. Yeah. But Yeah, definitely for those who haven't watched my What is Woke video, please watch it. It's a very, uh, it's probably the most work I've done on a video as far as finding the information, um, talking about the like what's woke in the West and how the Western woke ideology is like trying to integrate itself into Korean entertainment and stuff like that. I'm thinking about also talking about like from the Japanese perspective because woke ideologies is also entering into Japanese media in TV shows like anime, games, all that kind of stuff. They recently tried to. Well, I'll put it this way. There's a consulting company that consults video game companies on like what to do and what to put into your video game to make it more inclusive. They're called Sweet Baby Inc. I don't know if you guys have heard of Sweet Baby Inc. If you are into gaming at all, the company is called Sweet Baby Inc. and it's full of a bunch of crazy leftist woke people that basically try to like get Japanese games to be wokeified. They recently tried to get Wukong, the Chinese game, wokeified, by basically, I guess, saying that they need to put, like, I don't know, trans monkeys or trans animals or gay animals or whatever it was they were trying to get the developers to do for Wukong. And the Chinese developers were like, no. No. This is because you're gonna ruin the entire story. The game is called Black Myth Wukong, and it's about the legend of a mythical creature who was born from a rock, and it's actually an ancient Chinese story that's been told like years ago, and it's a Chinese legend, one of the most cherished stories in China, one of the most beloved stories in China, and it's actually the basis for a lot of anime that we see. Dragon Ball Z, Goku with the tail, riding on a Nimbus cloud with a power pole. That was all inspired by Wukong. Wukong had a power pole as well, and he rode on a Nimbus cloud as well. And Goku's name is actually Wukong. Son Goku is basically Son Wukong in Japanese. So even Luffy from One Piece, all that stuff, they're all inspired by Wukong. Do you know the anime Tomodachi game? No, I don't think I've heard of that one before. I don't think I've heard of it before, but I definitely know I didn't see it. I've never seen it before. But yeah, a lot of these animes are inspired by the Wukong story. And so this Sweet Baby Inc. company wanted to swoop in and tell the Wukong developers to make it more westernized and woke and stupid, basically. And you know, if they did that, that Wukong would have lost a lot of money. A lot of money. And the Chinese developer said, no, this is Chinese culture. This is how you use Chinese culture the right way. This is how you use culture in general the right way. This Chinese culture, this is a Chinese story about a mythical Chinese deity who became a Buddha, Wukong. This is Chinese history, Chinese literature, and Chinese culture that you want to meddle with. And we're not going to allow you to do that to our game. So screw you and your woke ideology, you know. And so they didn't allow them to do that. Sweet Baby Inc. has been a part of games like the Suicide Squad, Unalive the Justice League, game, which was a terrible, terrible game. And the whole like diversity, equity, inclusion, DEI stuff. That's Sweet Baby Inc. is known for this woke stuff, and it's just very bad for games. Japanese media, they're changing. I think I've said this before. They are literally studios that are in America that are like the voice acting studios, than the ones that like distribute the anime to America. They are literally taking the Japanese scripts of certain lines that Japanese people have, the voice actors have said, and they're changing them to say things about DEI, misogyny, things like that. They're trying to get Japanese people to stop drawing women with busty, breasts and hips and everything, because they want the women to look more like undesirable, because they don't want to attract the male gaze. But we're men and we are attracted to, women. Why are you trying to make everything like make women look like men, so that they can't be objectified or whatever? But these are the same people that objectify men. It's okay to objectify men, but don't objectify women. Again, they're trying to change which they have in anime. They actually have done this. They've changed some of the lines to say things that the actual scripts that were given to them by the Japanese company, they don't say those lines. So they're changing it for the purpose of wokeness, woke ideology. And they're trying to they're trying to influence games now, right? There's a big issue with the whole Assassin's Creed Shadows game with Yasuke and all that. Yeah, it's a mess. I don't know if Sweet Baby Inc. is part of that or not, but in Tamabachi game, I think that's what you said. There's a male character that says to the main character, who's also a male, that he is in love with him, and even kissed him. Even kissed him too in reality. Deceived him. And kissed him okay, I think I know what you're saying. I mean, but if that's the anime, if the guy kissed him in the anime, okay. But like if it's an American company making this stuff, it's a totally different situation. But I see what you're saying. I don't know. There are some American companies that are involved in making anime, like for Netflix original series, things like that. So I wouldn't be surprised. But, listen, I don't have a problem with having certain things and representation and stuff, as long as you don't make the story about this stuff. Don't make the overarching story. Just like the Rings of Power, they wokeified it and messed it up. It's not even just that it's woke. It's that it's stupid. And I understand that they didn't have the rights to Silmarillion, so they couldn't actually make the Silmarillion story. They couldn't do it. Because Tolkien's grandson, or I think that's his son or grandson, didn't give them the rights to it. I wouldn't either, because if you're gonna mess up the Silmarillion, the Rings of Power is terrible. I'm surprised it even got a season 2. Galadriel's character has been totally destroyed. Elrond's character is destroyed. Celebrimbor character is totally not that. That's not who Celebrimbor is in the books. And these are the same people that are saying that Tolkien was a misogynist and a racist because he didn't put black people in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. When the whole point of Tolkien's writing And why he didn't put black people in there is because it's based on ancient Anglo-Saxon lore, the history of the British people. There were no black people during that time. So I don't know why people are acting as if they're just so intellectually dishonest about why Tolkien didn't put black people in there. He was not racist. He was not a misogynist or a sexist. Why didn't he let the women fight? He actually did write Arwen fighting in the Battle of Pelennor Fields. He actually did. But yes, culturally, it was not permitted for a woman to fight because women were to be protected. Because women preserve the line. They are the childbearers. If you lose the women, then the whole line of succession, the whole line of your tribe is gone. That's why they didn't let the women fight. And people are being intellectually dishonest about that and basically being woke about it. He should have been more inclusive. There should have been black people. There should have been... They don't understand the literature of Tolkien. They really don't. And they're basically saying that his writings and his books are outdated. And that is why I don't like this woke crap, because they're ruining everything. They're ruining everything. I love Lord of the Rings. I don't need to see a black person in anything to relate to them. I don't. There should be something, because first of all, to say that you need Ariel to be race swapped so that you can relate to them is shallow, because you're only seeing skin. It's skin deep. That's it. There needs to be something more to the character of Ariel that ropes people in. Young girls who aspire to be something, who want to venture out and do things and, all that stuff. Ariel can relate to anyone regardless of what color she is. And the fact that you made it about skin color when it's not, and the importance of it is not that it's a skin issue or a race issue or an ethnicity issue, that just it actually shows how racist they were for doing that. They also view black people as marketable now, so they're not really doing it for the sake of diversity, equity, and inclusion. They're doing it because we're marketable and they can profit off of blackness, which is annoying. And it's a shame that there are black people that don't see this. They don't care about being equal or anything like that. They don't care about that. They care about money. What sells? Black Ariel sells. Let's change her to being a black girl. Great. Get that black money. Yes. They're the ones pushing racist stuff. So it's really a shame to see that, but this is the culture we live in, and that's why I made the What is Woke video in the first place, to talk about the problems with race stuff, or should I say ethnicity stuff, because I'm trying to get myself to stop saying race. It's because I hit the desk too many times. It's okay. The only thing that fell was the protective thing. Sorry. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, what I'm saying is that I'm trying to get myself to stop saying race, because there's only one race. The human. Yes, I am breaking things. There's only one race, the human race. But in that race is different ethnic groups. That's why I'm trying to get myself to stop saying race, because I don't understand like the racist stuff. It's more like the term racist, we know what it means. Where they're implying it's an ethnic ism against a particular ethnic group, and that's that's what racist is used for. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. Yes, I'm breaking things, and I'm trying not to break things. That's how you know that I need to end my live stream. I was supposed to have ended it a long time ago. I know that in the game Detroit Become Human, the black question mark humanoid character, I think it's Connor. He can end with a woman humanoid, but the original story he end up with his male teammate. Yeah, I mean, and even in God of War, Angrboda, they made her black. She's supposed to be a giant. There was in so like Vikings, even in like the show Vikings, they're kind of showing like black people in Vikings because they're trying to be inclusive. But if it's not really accurate to the lore of Viking, like the Viking time period, there were no black people in the Viking time period. There were no black people in that region where Vikings were. So that they put that there is ridiculous. And it's just them trying to be inclusive and trying to be sensitive. And I think that it fails miserably when you try too hard to be sensitive about stuff. Nobody asked for black people to be in Vikings. And if they did, tell and explain to them that there aren't no black people in this time during the Vikings, in wherever the Vikings were. There's no black people there. And I'm saying that because in God of War, they made Angrboda black. She's not really supposed to be black. So it was just like, you're just doing this to get brownie points for not being, for being inclusive. But I'm not going to see you as a racist because you didn't put any black people in your story. 300. Y'all remember the movie 300? Was there any black people on 300? No. No. Were the people that made it racist because there weren't any black people in 300? No. So why are we calling people racist because they didn't put black people in a story? Dumb. Why didn't they put black people in the story? Because there weren't any black people in Sparta. There were no black Spartans. I mean, how do y'all know what I'm saying? So it's just like, God, would y'all stop? You're doing too much. No one asked for it. And it's funny because they act like in Star Wars, y'all know I'm a big fan of Star Wars. I have a whole collection of Star Wars figures behind me. They act like the only time diversity matters is if you put all kinds of people within the LGBTQ to represent in Star Wars. Star Wars has been diverse before the LGBTQ stuff happened. There's been all kinds of manner of races, of species on Star Wars. I don't understand. I don't get it. I mean, they're so diverse that one of the Jedi Masters of the Jedi Council, it has a polygamous relationship. If I'm not mistaken, he had like quite a few wives. So, diversity? Okay. There's been Wookiees, there's been droids, there's been different kinds of animals, different kinds of creatures, species, all that stuff in Star Wars. It's one of the most diverse stories ever. Ever. Ewoks were always my favorite. I think everybody loves the Ewoks. Everyone loves the Ewoks. Ewoks are very cute. Kind of cute. But yeah, it's always been diverse. But they're like, no, it's not diverse. Star Wars has never been diverse. We need to put all these like LGBTQ stuff in it and all this other stuff. Make Star Wars gay and make Star Wars trans and make Star Wars. And I'm just like, that's not the purpose of Star Wars. We're not supposed to enter into a galaxy far, far away that looks just like planet Earth. We're supposed to enter into a galaxy far, far away that looks nothing like Earth at all. It's a form of escapism, and now the escapism has been lost because now everything in Star Wars has to mirror our world now. I don't want it to mirror our world now. George Lucas didn't design it to mirror our world now. There's always been politics in Star Wars. Yes. Geopolitical politics. Not identity politics. It's not the same thing. Gosh. It's just strange. Then they say that there's never been any girl bosses in Star Wars, or in movies in general. You mean like Metroid, like Samus from Metroid, right? Leia took the blaster out of Luke's hand and started shooting because she's a more competent shooter than Luke. She basically saved his life. Padme, Asajj Ventress. Oh, I'm sorry. They're not lead characters. They have to be lead characters like Rey. My bad. Dumb. Pocahontas. We've had so many. Anastasia. Y'all remember the movie Anastasia? Just come on, man. Ripley. Y'all remember Ripley from the Alien series? She was one of those girl bosses. She was awesome. Loved her. Who said? Motoko from Ghost in the Shell? Dune and Newt from Appleseed? Like people act like I just don't. Wonder Woman? Anybody? Wonder Woman? Just come on, man. We've never had any prominent girl figures, women figures in movies, and now they're bragging about the first black female dwarf in Rings of Power, blah, blah, blah. God. Anyway, I'm rambling. I need to stop. 3 hours. I cannot have this go on any longer. I don't like when they put I don't like when they put blacks or minority in some story for a quota. Yeah. Like the Cleopatra documentary. Yes, exactly. The Cleopatra thing. I don't care what anybody tells you. Cleopatra was black. No, she wasn't. She wasn't black. Even the Egyptians called Jada Pinkett out on that. She's not black. Whatever. So, it is what it is. People are just, I don't know. Amelia Earhart. Hey, Matilda. Y'all remember Matilda? She was a girl with the psychic powers. Yeah, Matilda, one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. She was a girl boss. She handled her business. She was smart. She was awesome. Mary Poppins? Freaking Mary Poppins? Hello, Princess Diaries. Anne Hathaway. Love Princess. Even to this day, I don't care what you say about me. I love Princess Diaries. 1 and 2. Mainly one. One's my favorite. I love me some freaking Princess Diaries, man. The Color Purple. Hello. I just don't understand. We've had this. People act like this is the first time that women have been able to be lead role. No, it's not. It's so strange. So strange. I could go on and on and on. Laura Croft. You come on now. Laura Croft. We've had female leads that were awesome. I don't understand where this sentiment is coming from. It's so strange. Oh shoot, Underworld. What was her name? Celine? Yeah, Celine. Color Purple was a good movie. Yes, Color Purple. Well, I haven't seen the new one, but I know the old one. I know the old one quite well. But yeah, Celine. Celine was the vampire from Underworld. I don't know if you guys have seen that before. Kate Beckinsale, she played as Celine. Guess what? A black person made that movie and wrote the story of Underworld. Yeah, amazing, right? So it boggles my mind how we have regressed to this point where we're viewing everything in like the lens of, oh, everything's racist, everything it's race this, race that. We need to give more black people more roles. We need to give more women more roles. Women don't have this. No, women have had roles before in the past. Lead roles. Yes, they have. Whatever. Anyway. Let me stop. I need to stop the live stream. I do. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for being here. I did not want to make this 3 hours, but I accidentally went over my time. We will be, I'm gonna leave. I have a video that I'm working on right now. I'm working on it. It's a long one. I'm gonna try to make it short. But the reason why it's taking me so long is because it was like 56 or 7 minutes long before I started editing it, and it's like down to like 52 minutes long. I need to get it down. So I'm working on that. I will continue to work on it as time passes. Remember, guys, do me a big favor before you leave the live stream. Please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. If you enjoy my content, if you enjoy my videos, if you enjoy what I do on the channel, if you enjoy anything on this channel, please leave a like on the live stream. For those who will be watching it after the live stream is over, please hit that please hit the like button. Thank you. Come on now. Please hit the like button for me. I would appreciate it. It is my only price of admission. Just hit the like button. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, I just remember I have read an article from with end of contract of NCT artists this year, and I have read an article, the end of NCT's contract. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that article then. To see, I don't think they're going to not renew. I think they're going to renew their contract. I do. I think they're going to renew their contract. So I'm kind of already in that mindset of they're definitely just going to renew it, and that's it. But yes, I'm working on a video, working on the Minhee Jin video with like New Jeans, talking about that. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's a long video, so I'm going to try to make it short for you guys. It's just taking a long time because it's a long video. But either way, thank you guys for tuning in. Maria, thank you. Shiny's Nuna and Ninguk, thank you guys for being the amazing mods. You ladies for being the amazing mods that you are. I appreciate both of you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who else came in? Has it? Okay, Olive B. Olive B, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Without the live streams, well, no, without you guys, the live streams would not be as entertaining or interactive. So I appreciate you coming out, spending your time with me today. I appreciate that. Cheryl Blakely, I know you couldn't stay, but thank you for coming. Thank you for spending your time to come and say hi to everybody. I think not for Tail. Yeah, same. I think Tail's, Tail's out. I haven't done an update on Tail yet, but I do plan on talking about the Tail thing when it's all over. When it's all over, then I'll talk about it. But right now, I put out 2 videos. So I'll leave it at that. And whenever more stuff comes out, I understand the trial was underway. It is the answer we were looking for. So yeah, I will talk about that more in another time. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna end the live here, and follow me on Instagram. Where is my? Oh shoot, my phone. I will have to get my Instagram and put it somewhere. I need to get a better thing for my live streams, because I want you guys to be able to see what I'm seeing and all this other stuff. He has to go to military. No update. Yeah, right. So yeah, that's it for today. I will see you guys. I know I am so trying to end this live stream. Maria, we will talk about this the next time. So make sure to keep the Tail thing in the back of your mind, because we're gonna come back and talk about that. And NCT's contract. Let me know what you found in the article when we come back. I don't know what I'm going to talk about next live stream. We'll figure it out. But yeah, for this, that'll be the end for now. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Shiny's Nuna, for putting that out. Thank you. Gotta love the mods. I appreciate that. Take care, everyone. That's my Instagram. If you ever wanted to talk with me about some stuff or whatever, you can do that on the link. There is my Instagram link right there. So click on it and follow me, and we can talk more there. But yes, thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm going to get off of here. See you in the next one. Yeah, going to give me something to eat. Starving. Bye. Take care.